Welcome. Third Hall Gremlins. Today, this video, kind of a sad one. Kind of a sad day. Not because that dude won Mayor of New York. Not because, I didn't post any Halloween content. Was a little hungover Sunday, and fucking didn't want to make the stupid reaction video to the card that happened, the Apex card. Like, who cares about that card? It sucked. The betting thing, like, what? The FBI's investigating the fights. Like, what is Cash Patel gonna do? Fucking watch the fights himself and like score them himself? Like, and like the betting thing. Oh my god, dude! Someone leaked that Bulgarian had an injury, and then he lost because he was injured because he fucking injured himself warming up in the back. You know, some people just, some people get too caught up in the happening sauce when they're eating the nothing burger. But anyway, now this is a real sad one. Lucas is gone again. I know. Moment of silence for Lucas. He's taking another break from YouTube. Yeah. So, in honor of Lucas taking another break from YouTube, we're going to be making. Are you fucking kidding me? Hold on. The slideshow's not working. Alright, we're going to be making a GOAT list in honor of Lucas, because always making a GOAT list. Biggest moments of this year for him was the top 50 GOAT list. Things. What do I got to say about the top 50 GOAT list video? Well, he might have bad takes, but the man has the best inside jokes on YouTube. The top 50 GOAT list. The point of the top 50. If you watched the top 50 GOAT list and you were like, dude, what is he doing? He's so wrong. This guy's an idiot. If you were like that, then you obviously don't get it. I disagree with most of the takes in there, but that's not the point of it. The point of it is to, think differently about how we discuss the GOATs of MMA. And listen, I'm going to have some bad takes in here myself. I'm going to be biased towards modern fighters. It wouldn't be a tribute to Lucas if we weren't being biased towards modern fighters, disrespecting the older fighters, and if we weren't completely, and if we weren't basing it based on resume. So let's get into this GOAT list. R.I.P. Lucas for now. He'll be back, but, sad to see him go. So let's get into it. And by the way, this is going to be like, I'm going to have like a top 5 GOATs for flyweight, bantamweight, and featherweight because, those are the newer divisions, and like the champions were like the champions in WEC, like before the UFC made those divisions. So like these divisions don't have as much history, so I'm just going to have like a top 5. Alright, but let's get into it. Flyweight, 125 pounds, the GOAT. Demetrius Johnson. Hold on, let me pull his fucking Tapology up real quick, because we're going to be discussing his resume. Alright, Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. What did he accomplish to become the GOAT of flyweight? Well, literally beat everybody. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, he was a bantamweight 135er in WEC. The UFC literally made the division for him specifically. Went on an absolute tear. Beat Joseph Benavidez twice. Beat Henry Cejudo twice. Was trick-shotting other random contenders that they were coming up with to eat him. They literally had to rob him against Henry Cejudo to get rid of him. Yeah. I said he beat Henry Cejudo twice. It wouldn't be a tribute to Lucas Tracy if we didn't count robbery decisions or incorrect decisions as wins for the fighters who got robbed. So we're gonna count that. So he's the GOAT of the flyweight division. I don't think that's really debatable. Everyone knows that. I mean, dude, it's literally his division. Like, and he fucking won every fight. So, like, he has to be the GOAT of the division. Number 2, you got Pantoja. Pantoja, the current champ, right now on a really good win streak. He's gonna be fighting in December at UFC 323. Yeah, what the fuck. Yeah, Pantoja, obviously the second greatest flyweight of all time, on a crazy win streak right now. Who's he beaten so far? I mean, he's beaten Moreno, I think twice, beaten Brandon Royval twice. Steve Erceg, I think that was a bit of a iffy decision. The Steve Erceg fight. Beat Kai Car France easily at UFC 317 in June. Beat Alex Perez. Beat Manel Kopp. Manel Kopp, underrated win for him. The Askar Askarov fight he had was a complete robbery, so I'm not even going to count that as a loss for him. His only, like, this guy, like, Pantoja's only loss is, like, Figueiredo, who I have at number 3. So, Figueiredo, number 3. I have him below Pantoja because of the longevity of Pantoja, and Pantoja has more wins, so his resume is obviously slightly better than Figueiredo's. But Prime Figueiredo was an absolute savage, dude. You know, dude, he knocked out Joseph Benavidez twice, beat the shit out of him 2 different times. I mean, has a win over Pantoja himself, beat Moreno. The first fight with Moreno, they called it a draw. I consider that a win for Figueiredo. I don't fucking care that he fucking kicked him in the nuts and he started crying about it in the cage. Like, yeah, we're gonna count that as a win for Figgy. So he's number 3. We got Joey B, Joe Benavidez at 4. Yeah, so you're gonna see, like, because, like, Figueiredo knocked out Benavidez, he goes above him, right? Like, Benavidez is a good win on Figueiredo and Demetrius Johnson's resume, right? Like, he's like kind of like an A plus tier type of win for both those guys. So I have him coming in at number 4, and I got Moreno at 5. Obviously, he did beat Figueiredo. I mean, the only times he did beat Figueiredo were, well, the doctor stoppage in the 4th fight, and when he had the worst weight cut of his entire career in the 2nd fight, and he caught him with a jab and dropped him, and Figueiredo just looked like complete shit. So, like, I can't even, like, say that's like great, like a great win for Moreno. But he does have some other wins too. Like, he beat Kai Car France, he beat Royval, draw with Askar Askarov, beat Steve Erceg, beat Amir Albazi. Fighting Tyra coming up. If Tatsuro Tyra beats Moreno, we might have to start talking about him in this conversation. And losing to Royval recently was pretty bad, though. But, so honorable mentions, we got Cejudo, Royval, and Josh Van. Just so I have Josh Van on the honorable mentions, just to put him on. I want to let you know, if Josh Van does beat Pantoja, he will be moving into the number 5 spot. Probably moving into the number 4 spot, to be honest, because at that point he'd have beaten Royval and Pantoja, who's number 2 on this. So Van probably moves into the top. Van probably moves into the 4th spot if he beats Pantoja in December. And then another honorable mention, we got Royval. Royval's done a lot of good work in the division, beating a lot of top contenders, beating Tyra, beating Moreno, beating pretty much everyone he fights. So, yeah, we're going to have Royval as an honorable mention, and we're going to have Henry Cejudo as an honorable mention. I mean, Henry going on a run-up into the Demetrius Johnson fight, even though I am going to count the Demetrius Johnson fight the second time as a win for Demetrius, because I think it was a complete robbery. And I watched that fucking fight, like, I don't know what the fuck the judges are scoring. Like, Henry Cejudo thinks he won because he had a lot of top control, but Demetrius got up every time and then outstruck him easily. So we're going to give, I'm going to say Demetrius won that, but I'm not going to be one of these guys that's like, oh, this guy won, so, like, the performance in the fight does matter for the guy who loses as well, right? Like, if you out there and you perform like shit, like, I'm going to count that against you if I'm ranking you in a list. So the fact that Henry Cejudo was that competitive with Demetrius in that fight and was good, he was good enough in that fight for the judges to actually think that he won and give him the win, you know, that does actually mean something. So we are going to put him in an honorable mention, but he didn't really do enough in the division. I mean, he didn't really have like that long of a career, and then he moved up after beating TJ Dillashaw after he cut like 40 pounds. Like, come on, dude. That's not that good of a win, but we are going to have Henry Cejudo in the honorable mentions here. All right. Moving on to bantamweight. Obviously, the GOAT is Merab. I mean, the guy's on a fucking crazy run right now. He's literally beating everybody. Like, you could see the people on the list. Like, he's beating everybody that's on the fucking list and on the honorable mentions. Like, he beat Peter Yan, he beat O'Malley, beat Corey Sandhagen, beat Umar, who beat Corey Sandhagen, beat Henry Cejudo, who we just saw on the last honorable mentions. And, like, here's the thing about Henry Cejudo is, like, Henry Cejudo competed in 2 different divisions, so, like, just getting a win over him doesn't, like means more, right? Like, it's not like he's just a flyweight or just a bantamweight. If you're ranking what they did in the respective divisions, then yes. But Henry Cejudo is still a really good win. I mean, you could fucking see him picking him up, carrying him across the fucking cage in the picture there. But also, like, that fight with Henry Cejudo also proved that, how good you are at the sport of wrestling doesn't matter as much as Daniel Cormier tries to fucking shill for wrestling on the fucking commentary and on his stupid show on ESPN with Chael, it doesn't matter how good you are at the sport of wrestling, Bo Nickel, for MMA. Merab is literally picking up an Olympic gold medalist and carrying him across the octagon. Like, this fight proves that, like, you can't just have wrestling to fight. But aside from that, we're getting off topic. Merab's the fucking go to bantamweight. I mean, he has so many A-tier wins. He has so many championship wins. He's beaten every single former champion, pretty much, right? Like, he's so fucking good, dude. And it's the way he's doing it too. He's just out hustling guys in the cage and outpacing them and getting them tired. It's crazy. Like, he's about to lap the division. Like, he has 2 wins over O'Malley. He has a win over Umar, win over Corey, win over Jan, win over Jose Aldo, win over Marlon Moraes. I mean, those are all his wins. Those are all, like, A-tier wins. Like, Peter Yan is an A-plus tier win. O'Malley is an A-tier win. Corey Sandhagen is an A-tier win. Umar's an A-tier win. Henry Cejudo's an A-tier win. Jose Aldo was going to get a title shot if he would have won the fight with Merab, and that was still a close fight. Like, Jose Aldo's known for having some of the best takedown defense of all time. I know Merab kind of just pushed him up against the cage, but, I mean, so did Volk, So, Jose Aldo's a great win at the time, too. He was on a good run. So, like, this guy's the bantamweight GOAT easily. Like, I know the people are going to be like, yo, man, but Dominic Cruz, man. I do have Dominic Cruz it, too. I mean, he was injured half his fucking career, so he didn't get to accomplish much and compile a resume. But I do have Dominic Cruz it, too. I was, like, struggling whether to put, like, Aljamain Sterling over him or not, really, but I'll give Cruz the credit. He beat Faber twice, beat TJ. I have TJ at 5 on the list. Beat Demetrius, you know what I'm saying? So, beat Joe Benavidez. I mean, like, he beat most of the flyweights that are really good. So, I'll give Dom Cruz credit for that, and I'll put him at number 2 on this. Just for the old heads out there. Then number 3, I got Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling. I mean, he was the bantamweight champion. The way he got the belt, a little bit fluky, a little bit. I was literally losing the fight and then got illegally kneed, so let me take the way out and get the belt. But, I mean, you can't. But what happened after that, you can't even say he's not the bantamweight GOAT. Like, he actually beat Peter Yan after getting illegally kneed by him, beat TJ Dillashaw, beat Henry Cejudo. Gets knocked out by Sean O'Malley, though, when they rushed him back into the octagon. Like, that's the thing. That's why I can't have him over Cruz, is he lost to Sean O'Malley. Like, Sean O'Malley's supposed to be an easy matchup for him, and he didn't get it done. I really struggled whether to put Peter Yan over him or not, too. But I went with Aljamain Sterling. I kept, I wish I could edit this right now. I might put Yan at 2, dude. I might put Yan at 2. But yeah, so there's my list. We're revising the list as we go. We'll put Peter Yan up. We're gonna move Peter Yan up above Aljamain Sterling. Actually, looking at his resume, I mean, he choked out Corey Sandhagen. You know what I mean? Didn't do that much. But let's talk about Peter Yan, who I have number 4. Who I'm now retroactively moving up the list again. But like, here's the thing. He's the most confusing resume in the fucking sport, dude. Because, like, he has the illegal knee against Aljamain Sterling, right? But you can't just be like, dude, that's a loss for him on his resume. Like, I literally watched him beat the shit out of Aljamain Sterling and, like, win, right? Like, I know anything can happen. Oh my god, maybe Aljo flukes a KO in the 5th round, but, like, dude, he proved, like, it's about he proved he was the better fighter. He proved he was the better fighter. The performance in the fight matters as much as what it says on your resume as well, right? So I feel like the performance in the fight from Peter Yan was good enough to give him, like, I guess, like, artificial credits, I guess. Like, if you want to call them credits. Like, GOAT list credits. Yeah, my GOAT list credits. You get GOAT list credits because of how you perform in the fight itself. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he does get credit for Like, he does get credit for the illegal knee fight against Aljamain Sterling. And I think he also gets credit for, well, I mean, he did beat Corey Sandhagen in the next fight. Lost split decision to Aljamain when they ran it back, but I did think Aljamain clearly won that 3 rounds to 2. I don't think anyone's debating that. But still, it was a close fight. You know, he was winning at the end. If he would have just done more in the first round, he would have gotten the win in that fight too. He's like 1 round from having 2 wins over Aljamain Sterling and an illegal knee. And then let's talk about the Sean O'Malley fight with Peter Yan. Like, I don't everyone fence sits this one. Either you fucking think he won or he didn't. Like, I think he won. I honestly watched that fight back and I give him every single round of that fight. I don't care that O'Malley's knee cut him. You know what you know what that means if you throw a knee and it cuts someone on the forehead? That means the knee did barely fucking landed. So everyone talks about the knee that O'Malley landed on Peter Yan in the 3rd round that cut him and like, oh my god, that's the deciding factor. No, it fucking isn't. If a knee cuts you, that means it barely fucking lands and it didn't cause any impact, which isn't how you fucking score a fight. Like, if I fucking like, literally, that, like, exactly, like, that means it didn't fucking hurt. So, like, that's my thing about the Peter Yan Sean O'Malley fight. I give that as a win for Peter Yan, but I also give O'Malley credit for that because he went in there and was really competitive with Peter Yan. Like, it's not just a win-loss thing. You can't just be discussing straight up win, straight up loss thing when it comes to these lists and debates. So I'm going to give Peter Yan his credit for the O'Malley fight and retroactively move him up to number 2, which would give him, like, which means, you know, he's a better fighter than Aljamain all time in the bantamweight division because he's still competing today too. He's on a 3-fight win streak, about to fight Merab again, right? So he's going to go up against Merab. I mean, obviously, if he wins that, he is the GOAT of the division, Yan. I mean, he might have to be. But I'm not going to sit here and act like he sucks because he lost to Merab. Like, he did lose to Merab already, so that's why he's, like, down below Merab. But if he goes out there and wins, I mean, they're probably going to do a trilogy, but yeah. And then also Peter Yan beat Jose Aldo as well. Has a win over Faber. You know, on his 3-fight win streak, beating contenders, Song Yadong, Figueiredo, Marcus McGee. You know, I know we spent a lot of time on him, but, like, I had to get that shit out there, all right? And then moving on, number 5 on my bantamweight GOAT list, I got Dillashaw. I'm not putting O'Malley, obviously because I think he lost to Peter Yan, and because I think his grappling is trash, so, like, his wrestling defense fucking sucks. I'm not putting him top 5 GOATs of a division. He's got to do a little bit more. But he does have he has the best win on this list, by far. He knocked out Aljamain Sterling. That is the best win out of anyone on this list. I mean, I would say Cody Garbrandt has the best win of all time, but, you know, we're not fucking putting Cody Garbrandt on a GOAT list, guys. Come on. When he beat Dominic Cruz, obviously. I mean, maybe TJ has a, you know, maybe the Cruz's win over TJ is the best win, but I'd say Sean O'Malley has the best win in bantamweight history when he knocked out Aljamain Sterling. So he gets an honorable mention for that. But, dude, clearly getting, like, out-wrestled by Merab, like, twice. Come on. Fluky title win against Marlon Vera. Who gives a fuck? Like, that doesn't count for shit on your resume or for your GOAT status. Losing to Marlon Vera to begin with, that counts against you. Like, there's a lot of reasons to have O'Malley, like, not on there. But he is in the honorable mention because he fucking somehow knocked out Aljamain Sterling. And then people forget, man, Hennenbrow. We got Hennenbrow in the honorable mentions. Rogan. This is just for fucking Joe Rogan, dude. Joe Rogan would fucking have Joe Rogan. Dude, back in the day, Joe Rogan would have you believe Hennenbrow was the greatest fighter of all time. I swear to God. And then TJ Dillashaw comes up and just sleeps him. But I do have Barao on the honorable mentions because he was actually a champion. He beat Faber. Like, I looked through his resume. He deserves it. Let's go through it real quick. Like, he was pretty fucking good. So we're going to put him on honorable mentions. And it counts as a win on Dillashaw's resume as well. So that means Cruz's win over Dillashaw is better, obviously, right? So, you know, Barao was pretty good. I mean, he beat Faber. He beat everybody else while Cruz was hurt. So, and he was on a crazy win streak pre-UFC, pre-WEC. And then we got Faber also in the honorable mentions. Faber's pretty good. He was the champ for in like '06, '07. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. He beat Bibiano, beat Cruz, like young Cruz, beat Jens Pulver, moved up to like he was on such like Faber was on such a good win streak at one point that he was actually going to go for double champ status in WEC against Mike Brown and move up to featherweight. He lost, but still, like, you got to give him credit for that. And then he submitted a Sansao in WEC, beat Mizugaki in WEC. Lost to Cruz. That's why Cruz is like the go to the division because his wins over Faber are really good. But yeah, that's why Faber's on the honorable mentions. All right, who we got next? All right, next, moving on to featherweight. The go to featherweight, obviously it's Volk. I don't think we're gonna debate this anymore. You know, we're fucking and you can see by the fucking list. I got Volk as the goat, Ilya is number 2, Max is 3, Jose Aldo is 4. We're not fucking playing the Jose Aldo game anymore. All right, look through the dude's resume. Like, losses do matter on a resume as well. If losses matter, it wouldn't be classic Lucas Tracy, tribute video if we didn't shit on Jose Aldo's resume for him having losses. So we're about to do that here. Like, gets slept by I have Connor 5, by the way, only because he fought like 2 championship level fights in the division. So I can't have him higher than Aldo, but like Aldo's down at number. Let's all right. Let's backtrack. Let's talk about Volk. Why is Volk the go to featherweight? Fuck, I was about to go. I will go on the Aldo rant in a few minutes. Let's pull up Volk's resume here. I mean, I fucking know it off the top of my head, bro. Comes up the fucking division. He's fighting people outside the rankings. Ends up beating the shit out of Darren Elkins. Ends up getting a spot on a pay-per-view against Chad Mendes. Puts the fucking pace on Chad Mendes. Breaks him. Finishes him in like round 2. Gets his fight against Jose Aldo. Fights Jose Aldo in Rio. A good version of Jose Aldo. A fight that Jose Aldo was really motivated for. Volk goes out there, beats Jose Aldo in a 3-round fight easily, secures his title shot against Max Holloway, goes out there, outstrikes, out tit for tats, out fucking techniques, out technicians Max Holloway for the belt, and then has a second fight with Max Holloway because, the UFC trying to promote Max Holloway as the next best thing, right? Volk goes out there, gets dropped in the first 2 rounds. Like, here's the thing about the second Here's the fucking thing, you guys. Here's the thing about the second Max Holloway fight with Volk, alright? I'm fucking sick of people online fucking just, like, saying it's a robbery and being like, yeah, man, it was pretty close, man. Like, no, it fucking wasn't. Volk clearly outstruck him in the last 3 rounds. I fucking hate this shit when, like, Volk fights. Like, dude, I'll rewatch Volk's fights, and he's, like, the commentary doesn't even commentate on half the fucking strikes he lands. It's unreal. It's unreal, like, how much shit Volk does in the octagon that goes unnoticed by the commentary. How many strikes he fucking lands. Everything he's fucking doing in there. Like, they just don't get it. There's just the layers. He talks about the layers. He's got the most layers, dude, to his game. And, like, he wins. And the judges got that shit right with the second Max Holloway fight. I'm sorry. I don't care. Like, yeah, cool. Max dropped him. Well, he dropped him to a knee in the second round. He got right fucking back up. He gets up. He's just pissed off that he got dropped. Doesn't even hurt him really, right? And he was winning. He was winning that round before that too. Like, Volk is winning the second round against Holloway in the second fight, up until he gets dropped. So, like, you can't even say that and he won the last 3 rounds. We're gonna fucking he clearly outstruck Max in the last 3 rounds. I don't fucking care. Like, what are you gonna say? The 3rd round was close? Yeah, it was close. Volk won though, so he gets the round. Volk won the 4th round. He gets the round. He won the 5th round. He gets the round. 3-2. He wins the fucking fight. It's not a robbery. It's a clear win. And all he has to do to win 4-1 really is not get dropped in the 2nd round. That's really all he has to do to not win 4-1, right? So, like, even when he's losing a round, he's still proving that he is the better fighter than Max Holloway as well. So, that shit's not a robbery. We're putting it to bed. Volk beat Max Holloway 3 fucking times. He's the fucking go to featherweight. I mean, he beat Yair Rodriguez as well, beat the shit out of Brian Ortega, beat the shit out of Korean Zombie, just beat Diego Lopez when he's 37 fucking years old. Diego Lopez just beat Gene Silva, who was supposed to be the next fucking hot shit in the division. Volk just out techniqued Diego Lopez, won every single round aside from getting dropped in the second round, right? You know, dude, the fucking commentary too when he got like punched in the eye against Diego. Like Diego didn't even land a single fucking punch in any of the like when Volk was like couldn't fucking see out of his eye in the fourth round against Diego. Lopez literally landed fucking nothing, and Volk was actually landing while blind against him. That's how fucking good this guy is. He's the GOAT. Probably my favorite fighter of all time. If you couldn't tell by how much I'm fucking defending the guy, probably my favorite fighter of all time. Definitely the featherweight GOAT. Accomplished the most in the division. Beat everybody. Yeah, that's the Volk rant right there. Class. It wouldn't be a tribute to Lucas if we didn't go on a whole 6 minute rant about Volk's career in a video that's probably going to be like an hour and a half long at this point. Number two, featherweight division. We got Ilya. I'm just gonna Ilya only really has 2 wins, but like it's against Volk. He slept Volk out cold, so he goes up and he fucking slept Max Holloway. Like nobody's fucking knocked out Max Holloway, and nobody beats Volk at featherweight. Like you beat Volk at featherweight, that's like one of the best wins you could ever possibly have in the UFC. So obviously you're gonna get a lot of points for that on your like theoretical points that I don't have a system for, but you're gonna get a lot of points for that. And he fucking knocked out Max Holloway, so like 2 insane wins. The run Ilya's on right now is fucking crazy. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with him next. If they give him Gaethje, honestly, I hope they fucking don't make Gaethje and Patty fight each other for a number one contenders fight. Or if Armin wins, make Armin turn around quick for fucking his title shot. But yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with Ilya next at lightweight, but he's number 2 at featherweight, cemented. Number 3 got Max, beating Jose Aldo twice, like finishing Jose Aldo twice, you know, beating everybody else, beating the shit out of Ortega, beating every like kind of contender that could challenge Volk, beating them all. I mean, he literally beats everybody in the division besides Volk and Ilya, right? He's number 3 all time. So, and beats Frankie Edgar too. Frankie Edgar, solid win. People forget, man. Frankie Edgar, really good win for Max Holloway. So we're gonna put Holloway 3, and then Aldo 4. I'm not gonna like. I know people are gonna be fucking complaining in the comments. Jose Aldo 4. Why do you have Jose Aldo 4? Like we're gonna do the Aldo rant now. Wouldn't be a tribute to Lucas Tracy if we didn't shit on Aldo's resume, right? So let's fucking like it's the losses. It literally is the losses. Like I fucking hate when people say like Aldo, man, he's just out of his prime in those Holloway fights. Like he's not 32 years old. 32 years old is your prime as an athlete. I don't fucking care. And he looked good in those fights too. Like that's the thing. It's not like oh he's old washed up. Like dude, he was winning the rounds against Holloway in like the first and second fights too. He's winning the first 2 rounds. He looked good. Like he was doing his thing. He was his normal self. Max Holloway is just a better fighter, and that's what it is. He's just a better fighter than Jose Aldo. These guys are just better fighters than Jose Aldo. Yeah, cool. He went on a crazy run in WEC, but who's he beating? Faber. Cool. Decisioning Faber. Cool. Beating Mike Brown. Mike Brown's actually a solid win. Cub Swanson. Okay win. Who is Mark Hominick? Kenny Florian. That's not a good win. Chad Mendez. I have Mendez in the honorable mentions, but Mendez is a win on every single one of these other guys' resumes too. You know, beating Frank Edgar. Good win. Max Holloway beat Frankie Edgar too. Beat the Korean Zombie. So did Volk. So did Max Holloway. You know, all these guys also beat the Korean Zombie. Like, his wins are also wins on other guys' resumes, and his losses are all to these guys as well. So, that's why Jose Aldo's 4. So, I'm sick of the fucking Jose Aldo shit. People have him, like, top fucking 6. People have him, like, top 5 all time on their fucking GOAT list. I have him barely top 5 in his own damn division that he went undefeated for 9 years in. How about that shit? Number five, and we got Connor. So like pretty much all the top five is just all the champions. There's only been five champions, so we're gonna put Connor at five. I mean, fucking knocking out Jose Aldo, one of the biggest moments in UFC history, blew the sport up. I mean, not just the influence, like that's like an S tier best of the best win, right? Like, and that's the thing too. It's like this is all like a really close debate. Like Aldo is actually like an S tier type of fighter, S tier type of win for people on their resumes, right? That's how good like the champions in this division are. It's not. It's. I'm not slighting Jose Aldo when I put him at four in the featherweight goat rankings. Like it's just how good the fucking champions in this division are and become, right? That's how good you have to be a champion in this division. That's why Connor's five too, because he all he did was knock out Aldo and then move up. Like Connor didn't really do anything outside of that, but I give him credit for his Aldo win by putting him number five. And then honorable mentions Evloev. Evloev's beaten a lot of contenders already. He should be getting a title shot next. I mean, beat Lopez, beat Arnold Allen, kind of a robbery, but I have Arnold Allen on here as well, kind of a robbery. So put Allen in the honorable mentions, Diego Lopez honorable mention, and then Chad Mendez. I put Chad as an honorable mention because Chad was pretty good. All right. Next division, lightweight. And now these are like now these divisions are top tens because of history. So I'm not gonna spend as much time ranting about shit. And there's really no need to. I mean, like you can see like I mean obviously I got let's go through it real quick. We got Islam one. Islam's the go to lightweight. He's done the most in the division. We got Khabib two in the division. Charles three. Frankie Edgar four. Dustin five. BJ Penn six. Gaethje seven. Tony 8, Ilya 9, Connor 10, Eddie 11, Eddie Alvarez 11. I mean, like towards the end of the list, like it doesn't matter. Like these guys, like they all beat like each other, you know, in their primes when they were all champions as well. But I like we'll fucking save it, dude. Lightweight goat Islam. Islam's the lightweight goat. I know people are gonna try to say Habib. Habib only beat Connor, Gaethje, and Dustin. Islam beat Dustin, Volk twice, Charles, like submitted Charles, head kicked Volk, beat Volk. Like his resume is so much better than Khabib's. So we're gonna have Islam as the GOAT. Khabib we're gonna have two. Like that's the thing. It's just resume at that point. Whether you want to debate Khabib would beat Islam in a matchup, I don't even, like Khabib wouldn't even beat Islam. Let's be real. Like, how was he gonna do? Hold him down for 5 rounds? Like, the only way Khabib beats Islam is if he like takes him down the first 3 rounds and holds him there. Because Khabib has a high pace. He gets tired in fights. You saw him get tired a little bit against Connor. Khabib really wouldn't beat Islam in a matchup, but we're gonna have Islam as the go-to lightweight. I mean, most title defenses as well, right? So, I mean, if you care about how many title defenses people have, there you go. Another reason Islam's the go-to lightweight. And, you know, Moicano, I guess that's a solid win as well. And Dan Hooker, another solid win too for Islam, right? So, yeah, he has like the best wins. I mean, yeah, he has the best wins. He has the best resume, right? So, like, I mean, like the best win he has is like Volk in the first fight. So, like, that's like a better win than any of Khabib's wins. And Charles Oliveira off that win streak is a better win than any of Khabib's wins. So, Islam's easily number one. And Khabib, too. We already talked about Khabib. We know his resume is. Underrated win on Khabib's resume, though, RDA. RDA went on to become a champion after Khabib already beat him. So, you know, we'll give Khabib credit for that. And that's kind of what like puts him ahead of Charles. But Charles, also the losses move him down as well because he has lost recently. So we'll have Charles at 3. I mean, dude, let's talk about Charles's run, though. Like, you just had to be there. Like, when Charles went on his run, when he beat Tony, beat Chandler for the belt, crazy fight, then went out and beat Dustin, coming off his 2 wins against Connor, went out there, finished him, choked him out, just pressured him, getting dropped, getting back up, finishing these guys, fucking sparking Gaethje, and then submitting him. Like, the run Charles went on was crazy. So, I think easily the top 3 is Islam, Khabib, Charles. Now, number 4, I know It isn't really a tribute to Lucas Tracy. We got Frankie Edgar 4. I have to put Frankie Edgar at 4 because like he was the champion and he literally like the guy beat Prime BJ Penn twice. Like I'm sorry, I see that and I'm just like, dude, he beat Prime BJ Penn twice. BJ Penn's one of the best fighters of all time. You beat Prime BJ Penn twice. Like that's two wins that are better than most of Dustin's wins, right? So I put Frankie as 4 because I mean he is that good too, right? It's not like Frankie's a like one of these old fighters. You go watch him, you go, oh he's shit. Like no, he's good and he's doing it really undersized. Like the guy moved all the way down to 135 at one point in his career. So I'd say his resume at lightweight's pretty good. The Gray Maynard fights too. Gray Maynard was a dog. He was undefeated when Frankie Edgar beat him. Beat Sean Shirk as well. So yeah, I mean we're gonna have Frankie Edgar at number 4, beating Prime BJ Penn twice. I mean, yeah, that's one of the best accomplishments in the division. And then 5 we got Dustin. Uh, Crazy that Dustin has such a good resume for lightweight that he's like above other champions as well. Like that's how good Dustin is and how good his resume is. Like who's he even lost to? Like his losses are literally just the guys above him on the list, and then when he got head kicked by Gaethje. But other than that, and Max Holloway, I guess, like fucking in July, dude, he's 38. Like I'm not gonna count that as his goatness, but yeah, Dustin easily number 5. Dog, crazy fighter. Beat Eddie Alvarez as well. That's another good win for him. Eddie on the list. Beat Gaethje. Beat Connor twice. I mean, yeah, that's. I mean, Dustin's 5. 6. BJ Penn. Got BJ at 6. It is what it is. We're not gonna talk about what BJ Penn's doing nowadays. But dude, the lizard people are out to get him. But yeah, BJ Penn is one of the best fighters of all time. He was lightweight champion. Like in his prime, he was insane. This guy literally moved up and beat Prime Matt Hughes at one point somehow. BJ Penn did a lot of lightweight, so we're gonna put him at 6 because he was champion for a little bit. And then 7, we'll put Gaethje at 7. Gaethje's only at 7 because he head kicked Dustin. To be honest, like that's his best win, right? Is his head kick over Dustin. If Gaethje didn't head kick Dustin, I probably wouldn't have him in the top 10, but he did. So I mean, I give him credit, dude. I like him as a fighter, dude. Obviously, right? How can you not? He's fucking exciting as shit. So we've Gaethje 7, 8, right above, just above Tony. Like Tony at 8. Because Gaethje also did beat Tony. He broke the 12 fight win streak. So I'm gonna put Gaethje a little bit ahead of Tony Ferguson, but Tony unfortunately never got to fight Khabib, but went on a crazy 12 fight win streak, beating guys like RDA and Barboza, Cowboy Cerrone, beating the shit out of Anthony Pettis. Yeah, his run was crazy. It's not really because of like how good the wins are. Like if you do go back and look at the wins, they're not the most insane wins you've ever had. So like I'm not gonna say he's like the third best lightweight ever, but he did go on a 12 fight win streak, and if you go back and watch the fights, like they're insane. The guy was crazy. You know what I mean? Like they were some of the most entertaining fights you will ever fucking see. So do yourself a favor, go back, watch Tony Ferguson's win streak, or watch his wins from his win streak. They're some of the craziest fights you'll ever fucking see. And then I'm gonna put Ilya at 9 at lightweight. Like, okay, he knocked out Charles Oliveira, right? Like that's all he's done. But dude, I'm gonna have him at number 9 at lightweight. He knocked out Charles Oliveira. That's gotta be worth something, right? Like, and if he okay, and so what? Like, what are you saying, man? You can't have Ilya as a top 10 lightweight, dude. All he's done is win one fight. Okay, yeah, but he knocked out number 3 on the fucking list, cold when no one's fucking done that. And like, so he's gonna fight who in fucking January and probably win Gaethje. What, he knocks out Gaethje? I have to see him knock out 37-year-old Gaethje to put him on the list. Like, no, I fucking don't, dude. Ilya, I'm putting at number 9 on the list, and then I've Connor right below him, number 10. Literally, literally made Eddie Alvarez like Eddie Alvarez. This is what I'm saying. Like I was looking at Eddie Alvarez's resume, dude. He has a really good resume. This guy's a really good fighter. He's got really good wins. Really exciting too. Some of his fights are kind of crazy too. Eddie Alvarez's fights, go watch them. But Connor literally made him look like complete fucking garbage. So, like that's my thing, right? Like I was looking through this and I was like, damn, dude. Some of these lightweight guys are pretty good. They got pretty good resumes, and it's like, oh, they're all beating each other though. And then I just like watched the Conor McGregor Eddie Alvarez fight, and I'm like, dude, Connor made the whole history of lightweight look like complete fucking garbage when he went out there and destroyed Eddie Alvarez at 205. Like I'm sorry, dude. I have to put Connor in the top 10 lightweights. Also beat Nate. Nate's a lightweight, so he gets resume points for that in this too. Also lost to Nate, so and lost to everyone else here too, right? Lost to Khabib, lost to Dustin twice, so you can't put Connor too high, but I'm gonna have him at 10, and then I have Eddie Alvarez. Like I made it a top 11, right? But you got Eddie at 11. Because he beat Gaethje with the knees, beat Prime Michael Chandler in Bellator, fucked up RDA for the belt. Eddie has some good wins, so I'm gonna give him some credit here on the list. No honorable mentions, dude. There's too many. Welterweight, obviously. GOAT GSP. Number 2, Usman. Number 3, Matt Hughes. People forget, man, Matt Hughes. Yeah, that's such an old head take, but Matt Hughes was pretty good. Even was on a really good win streak back in the day. If you know, you know. 4, I got Woodley. 5, Johnny Hendricks at 5, kind of a shock. Bilal at 6, dude. I'm gonna put Bilal at 6. I know it's crazy. Robbie Lawler 7, BJ Penn number 8 welterweight. JDM at 9, I know, kind of crazy, but I got JDM number 9 welterweight of all time. And I got Nick Diaz 10. And then honorable mentions, I got Carlos Condit, Leon Edwards. Let's start with GSP. Obviously, like, dude's got probably the best resume in the fucking sport. I mean, what more has to be said? He's beaten everybody except Johnny Hendricks, which we'll talk to. We'll talk about the Johnny Hendricks fight when we get to him. But GSP's beaten pretty much everybody at welterweight. Beat Prime Matt Hughes twice. Beat BJ Penn, who's on the list. Beat Nick Diaz, who's on the list. Beat Carlos Condit, who's on the list. Like, the guy's insane. His resume's crazy. Beat other contenders too, like John Fitch, easily. Like, and it's what he was doing. He was doing it easy. Like, it wasn't difficult for him, these fights, right? Like, when he was in his prime, these fights were not that difficult for him. That's why he's easily the welterweight GOAT. Probably like the GOAT of the sport. Um, Unless you want to count Jones, but like they both have had like decisions that shouldn't have went their way at some point. So the only thing you can say about GSP is the fucking Matt Serra fight, dude. How do you fucking get knocked out by Matt Serra? Like I don't get that, but other than that, dude, kind of flawless, crazy, only wins, really good wins too. So he's the GOAT. 2, you got Usman. Usman was on a crazy run before getting head kicked by Leon. Was literally until getting head kicked by Leon, not until that fight, until just getting head kicked. Like he was fucking Leon up until he got head kicked. But yeah, Usman's got to be the second best welterweight of all time. I mean, literally just went out there and ragdolled Prime Woodley, who's number 4 on here, beat RDA to get that title shot. Really good win over Damian Maia. Underrated. Beat Sean Strickland when he was at welterweight. Beat Jorge. Beat Colby. The Colby fights, really exciting fights. Go watch the Colby fights with Usman when Colby was like number 1 contender. Beat Gilbert Burns. Beat Gilbert Burns is a really good win. Jorge, the knockout. I mean, everyone's seen the Jorge knockout. Knocking out Jorge like that is crazy. And finishing Gilbert Burns too. I want to say like fucking like Gilbert Burns tried to like lay on his back and play jiu-jitsu, and Usman just fucked him up with ground and pound. It was kind of brutal. Like that's kind of another like feather in his cap, as Lucas would say. Yeah. And beats Colby in the second fight. And he just beat Buckley too. Just ragdoll Buckley a little bit. For 4 rounds in Atlanta. So Usman's got to be number 2 on the list. Number 3, Matt Hughes. Kind of an old head take, dude. Who the fuck's Matt Hughes? Who the fuck? Somebody Rogan would be talking about on his podcast, right? But no, Matt Hughes does deserve credit. I'm gonna give Matt Hughes credit. Like I know, and I hear the training room stories too. Like the guy was fucking crazy, right? Uh, but dude, like the run he went on in like the 2000s, becoming UFC champion, being Carlos Newton, Frank Trigg, underrated, underrated Frank Trigg win. Uh, Lost to BJ Penn. How? I don't know. That's why BJ Penn's on the list. That's all BJ Penn's welterweight resume is, beating prime Matt Hughes. That's how good Matt Hughes was though, right? Is like BJ Penn gets on the top 10 welterweights just for beating you. And that's it. Like that's all he's done and he gets on the list for that. Beat GSP as well with an armbar, right? Matt Hughes, people don't talk about that. Well, they fucking do. So, got to have him number 3 on the list, but I think Usman's done enough to, be better than Matt Hughes at this point. Uh, Number 4, Tyron Woodley. People forget, man. Tyron was on a really crazy run before the Usman fight, right? Like what do you do? Knocked out Josh Koscheck. Yeah, the Josh Koscheck knockout knocked him out. TKO'd Carlos Condit with leg kicks, and then beat Kelvin Gastelum to earn a title shot, and then knocked out Robbie Lawler. Crazy knockout, unexpected. Beat Stephen Thompson twice. I should have put Stephen Thompson in the honorable mentions, but beat Damian Maia, underrated win from Woodley. Dropping and then choking out Darren Till, like when Darren was on a crazy run, undefeated, just beat Wonderboy in Liverpool, right? So that's a really good win that Woodley has. And then, other than that, you got the Usman fight, and then he was old, and then lost to like Burns and Colby and Vicente Luque, and then the Jake Paul boxing matches. We're not gonna fucking talk about that, but nah, Tyron Woodley is like the fourth best welterweight of all time. People were saying like if he beat Usman, like they were getting him into GSP talks if he beat Usman. That's the level that he was at, so he deserves to be number 4 on this list. Number 5, we're gonna get Johnny Hendricks. I'm putting Johnny Hendricks in there because, frankly, he fucking beat GSP. Like I don't know what to like. You can't watch that fight and tell me he didn't win those rounds. Like you can't tell me he didn't. He beat GSP. I'm not gonna act like I know everyone likes to act like I don't know it was a really close fight, but nah, he won. So I'm gonna give him credit for that. I'm gonna put him at number 5 on the list though. Would be higher if he didn't lose to Robbie Lawler, but it is what it is. He also beat Robbie Lawler, they're 1-1, but Johnny Hendricks has a GSP win, so he's at 5 on the list. And beat Carlos Condit as well, and nuked John Fitch. Fucking nuked John Fitch, dude. That's a crazy knockout. Beat Koscheck as well. So Johnny Hendricks has really good wins. I mean, obviously his fight with GSP, if you count it as a win for him, is the best win, right? But nah, he has really good wins aside from that. So I think he deserves to be on the list. Was champion, beat Robbie Lawler, right? I don't think we're going to debate this. But he also had some losses as well. And I mean, obviously everyone knows he was on the fucking steroids too, but everyone's on steroids, so who cares? And then controversial, but I'm gonna put Bilal at 6. Dude, the run Bilal is on was kind of crazy. Bilal has good wins. Like like Sean Brady, the knockout of Sean Brady for Bilal, aging insanely well, beating Gilbert Burns. I know Gilbert Burns injured in that fight. Like this is when everyone was like hoping that Bilal lost. Like I remember that. Like when Bilal was on his run, everyone was like hoping he lost. Everyone was praying for the Gilbert Burns Bilal matchup, and Bilal went out there and he won. So you got to give him credit for that. Goes out there, bullies Leon Edwards for the belt. Beat Vicente Luque as well. When Vicente Luque was, if he would have won, he would have gotten a title shot. Beat Stephen Thompson. Beat Damian Maia. Yeah, like that's the run Bilal was on to get to the belt. So like I think those are all really solid wins. I think those are all like B plus type tier wins. I think Sean Brady's like an A tier type win. Leon's like an A tier type win, right? In the honorable mentions. Burns definitely an A tier type win. Like Gilbert Burns, one of the most underrated contenders of all time. So yeah, I have Bilal at 6, and then 7 Robbie Lawler. Just because he has too many losses and like the Carlos Condit fight, a robbery. So we only have Robbie Lawler at 7, but he did beat Johnny Hendricks, so he does deserve to be up here on the list. And then 8, BJ Penn, only choked out Matt Hughes, that's it, and then lost to GSP and lost like every other fight. But BJ Penn deserves to be on the list as well, because he's still BJ. It's still BJ Penn, dude. You know, like just because he didn't do that much at welterweight doesn't mean he's not BJ Penn as well. And then number 9, controversial. I got JDM. Probably honestly, nah, because JDM only has 2 wins right now. But yeah, JDM. I mean, just fucking pieced up Bilal in May. So I mean, I've Bilal 6. So JDM getting that win puts him up in the list. And JDM also beat a really good, solid version of Gilbert Burns, which is a really solid win for any person that wants to achieve GOAT status. You beat a solid version of Gilbert Burns, that's going to be on your resume. So those are only those are JDM's only 2 wins, but he's got his Islam. He's got the fight with Islam coming up in November. I'm so hyped for that. He wins that. I mean, you fucking beat Islam. You got to move up at some point, right? That's one of the best wins you can get in the fucking sport right now, beating Islam. So I'm hyped for that. JDM got him at 9. 10, Nick Diaz. Pure bias. Putting Nick on the welterweight GOAT list is kind of pure bias, but but he did beat BJ Penn, by the way. Like, he did beat BJ Penn. Kind of pieced him up a little bit. And he beat Carlos Condit. Not a robbery. I mean, was a robbery. So we're going to give Nick credit for that. And he's fucking Nick Diaz, dude. You can't fucking hate on him. And Nick also did a lot of shit outside the UFC too, like knocking out Paul Daly in Strikeforce. Like, he was the Strikeforce champion for a while. So Nick has good wins outside of the UFC as well. So we're not gonna act like it's this is pure bias. Nick is actually like a really solid fighter. So like, and that's what Nate talks about all the time. Nick Diaz, like, he's one of my favorite fighters of all time, dude. So I'm gonna have Nick on here. Got to talk about Nick. Uh, Honorable mentions: Carlos Condit, Leon. Probably should put Burns there. Should probably put Colby there. Probably put Stephen Thompson there as well. But yeah, moving on. Middleweight GOAT list. I have to put Anderson as the middleweight GOAT. I know, disrespectful to Lucas, man. He just quit YouTube. This is a whole tribute video to Lucas, but Anderson is the middleweight GOAT. He's enough good wins. Like, he has enough good wins to be the middleweight GOAT. I'm not gonna say he's not. you know, I mean, this picture, the Forrest Griffin fight is not one of them, but yeah, I'll have Anderson as the middleweight GOAT. I mean, 16 fight win streak. Marab is about to tie it if he beats Pirion, which he probably will. Islam is going to tie it if he beats JDM. I don't know if he'll do that, but yeah, I mean, dude, what, 10 title defenses, 10 title defense streak. You got some solid wins in here too. Like, you got the win, like choking out Dan Henderson. That's like really underrated. Like, nobody talks about it. But he choked out Dan Henderson. Front kicking Vitor. I mean, kind of beating the shit out of Chael in the second fight. And then the Weidman thing happened. So that's, I mean, I don't know. But like, the thing is with Anderson is like, what is it? It's 2025 right now. He's 50, right? So when did the Weidman thing happen? 2013. What's that? 12 years ago? He's 50. He was 38 when the Weidman thing happened. Are we serious? This guy's like not in his prime when his losses happened. So I can't even like really count his losses against him as a GOAT or on my GOAT list. So that's it. Anderson, Silva, middleweight GOAT. But here's the controversy. Gets into the rest of the top 10. Number 2, I got Dricus too. I mean, honestly, having Dricus as number 2 on the middleweight, that's not really that controversial. I mean, Dricus finished Adesanya, beat Strickland twice. I mean, finished Whitaker, like finished like one of the best Whitaker wins you could have, right? Like, finished Whitaker, like one of the best versions of him. So having Dricus as number 2 on the list isn't even that bad. I know he just lost to Hamzat, but Hamzat's a fucking phenom. I have him at 5, right? So for that, like, what are you gonna do? But yeah, Dricus is number 2. I think that's pretty set in stone. That's not really a debatable thing you can have. And then this is controversy. I got Whitaker over Adesanya. Let's go through it. All right. Whitaker versus Adesanya, and this is all predicated on, like, it is, I think, because Whitaker did win the second fight against Izzy. Like, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and be one of these people that's gonna be like, oh, I don't know, man, it was a close fight, could go either way. Okay, well, if it's a fucking close fight and it could go either way, then these guys are on equal levels, and on any day, one of them could get the fucking win, right? And if the judges are fucking retarded, I'm not gonna say that you're a worse fighter just because the judges are retarded. So I fucking have Whitaker over Adesanya. I don't give a fuck, and I don't like Adesanya, but that's not it. It's not pure bias. But like, let's go through Whitaker's resume real quick. Let's just compare their resumes, all right? And like, let's even go with the assumption like that they're 1-1, right? Because I think Whitaker won the second fight against them. Like Whitaker's resume, all right, cool. Like on the come up, beats Brunson, really good win. Beats Jacare Souza, really good win in the honorable mentions. Beats Yoel Romero once. Beats like insanely hydrated, didn't even feel like cutting weight Yoel Romero for within the fucking second fight. Like that's what I'm saying. Like when Whitaker beat Yoel in the second fight, that like that is like one of the hardest fucking fights you could possibly have. I'm gonna give Whitaker credit for that shit. I'm going to. I'm gonna give him a crazy amount of credit for that second Romero win. And I'm gonna give him credit for the Adesanya fight the second time, which I think he fucking won. Because at that point he was just styling on people. Just beat Cannonier, styled on Kelvin, beat Darren Till, underrated win, really good version of Darren Till at middleweight. He beat pieced up Vittori, and then lost to Dricus, comes back, beats Paulo Costa, knocked out Ikram, and then he's a little old now, so he's on a skid. Just lost to Hamzat, just lost to DeRitter, but dude, the Romero fights, knocking out like Jacare, beating Till, beating Gastelum, having a close enough fight to where I think he beat Adesanya. I'm gonna put him over Adesanya. All right, Adesanya's too many bad losses, too many like not that good performances, not that good wins. Like Adesanya, I have him for it's close, but I'm not gonna like Whitaker just has better wins. You know what I'm saying? Like Adesanya's resume is what? Kelvin, okay, Kelvin's trash. Beating Whitaker, all right, cool. That's one. Yoel, like the version of Yoel Adesanya beat, that was the worst fight I've ever fucking seen. And there's an argument Yoel won that. Not even an argument. The judges just gave it to Adesanya because Yoel stood there and did nothing, even though he kind of won, right? So, like, he doesn't get, like, fucking credit for that fight. Paulo Costa. Okay, he beat Paulo Costa with strikes when he had a fucking boob and took steroids. Cool. Beat Vittori. Everyone's beaten Vittori. The Whitaker fight, the second one, we just discussed that. Leg kicking Cannonier at range. Everyone's beaten Jared Cannonier. Right? Like, Adesanya's resume is not that good, is what I'm trying to say. Then loses to Alex Pereira. The best win he has is knocking out Alex Pereira. But, like, Alex Pereira at middleweight isn't even that good of a fighter because he cuts like 40 fucking pounds in his chinny. So, and he was losing up until that too. So, like that's the thing with Adesanya. His resume is not that fucking good. And then his losses are all like really bad. Like the Strickland fight. Like losing to Strickland. Getting finished by Dricus. Like that's Adesanya's resume. And he got knocked out by Imavov in February. But I mean, he's like 36 at this point. We're not gonna like say that like, Adesanya's most recent fights are an account towards his greatness. It's the championship run, right? That to me is it's just not that impressive. So that's why I'm gonna put Whitaker over him. Controversial. Say what you want. Flame me in the comments. It is what it is. Number 5, Hamzat. Hamzat's only win is Dricus. Don't care. Dricus is number 2 on the list. Hamzat beat him. He has to be on the list. 6, Yoel. Yoel has a bunch of crazy wins. Yoel, one of the most underrated fighters of all time. Like, he has a bunch of crazy wins. Knocking out Weidman, beating Jacare, elbowing Machida, beating Tim Kennedy, beating Brunson. Yoel's a phenom. Yoel in his prime is crazy. That's why I give Whitaker so much credit for beating him. Prime Yoel is one of the best fighters in the UFC. Literally knocked out Rockhold. Should have been the champion at the time. Like, Yoel is insane. 7, I got Sean Strickland. Beat Adesanya. Lost to Drickus, so move him down a little bit. But Sean Strickland beat Adesanya, beat all the other contenders, beat Imavov. Got to give Strickland a little bit of credit. 8. I got Rockhold at 8 too. Like Luke Rockhold's a really good fighter. Not you can't get knocked out by Bisping and be really high on the list, but fuck it. And then I got Alex Pereira at 9. Alex Pereira only has like 2 wins at middleweight. I'm not gonna put him that high, so we'll see when he goes to light heavyweight. And then 10 Weidman. This video's getting way too fucking long, so we're just gonna move on to light heavyweight. But honorable mentions: Imavov, Jacare, Vitor, and Damian Maia. Light heavyweight goat, obviously John Jones. I mean, can't really fucking dispute that. Beat DC twice. Beat all the other old champions. I don't have them as honorable mentions, but it is what it is. Like just beating DC twice, like that's it really, and beating Gustafsson, like that's all he really needs, right? So, like we're not gonna debate John Jones isn't the go to light heavyweight. He's probably the go to the sport. I don't know about that though. Yeah, the pictures on the screen a little bit disrespectful. We are gonna disrespect John Jones on this channel. We do not like him as a person. We don't like that he's playing Diddy games with Hasbulla. We don't like that he's getting a boner playing games with Hasbulla. We don't like that he did a hit and run on a pregnant lady. We don't like that he beat his wife. We don't like that he ran from Tom Aspinall. And we don't like that he literally fucking sat out a whole year and in like fucking 6 months to fight Stipe when Stipe isn't even training. We don't like this. So we're going to hate John Jones on the channel, but we're going to put him as the go to light heavyweight because he fucking is. Because he beat DC twice and head kicked him and finished him. And I'm not going to say it doesn't count because of steroids because he was on steroids every fucking fight. So that's that. That's the John Jones talk. But here's where it gets interesting. I have Alex Pereira at 2 and DC at 3. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going to put Pereira at 2. He's beaten like every other former champion there is, right? Like you see the names on the list. Yuri slept him twice. Ankalaev just slept him. And honestly, Ankalaev only on the list because he beat Pereira in like March, right? Barely. But yeah, Ankalaev, really good win. Jan Blachowicz, really good win. And who else did he beat? Slept Jamal Hill, UFC 300. Beat the shit out of Khalil. Like Alex Pereira, I got him at number 2 over DC. Because DC, like, what are his good wins, right? Gustafsson, I've Gustafsson at 10 on here. I don't think Gustafsson has that good of a resume to be considered like a really good win for DC. Like, not good enough to where I'm gonna put DC over Alex Pereira at this point in time. So, and who else? I mean, but here's the thing: I'm gonna give DC credit for his 2 wins over Rumble Johnson because Rumble Johnson was fucking nuking everybody. Like he nuked Glover, he nuked Gustafsson, and so DC's wins over him are actually like DC's. Like those to me are DC's best wins at light heavyweight. So, I mean, if we're gonna talk like overall GOAT stuff, maybe DC'd be higher than Alex Pereira, but like in terms of light heavyweight, I got DC at 3, Alex Pereira at 2. I got Yuri at 4 as well. Yuri's literally beaten everybody else besides Alex Pereira. So, I mean, what more can you ask of the dude? He just ran into Alex Pereira, so you can't really say anything. If Yuri Ankalaev gets made, winner of that was probably gonna just end up at the 4 spot. So watch out for that in the future. 5, I got Chuck Liddell. People forget, man. Chuck, dude, the Iceman, dude. Chuck was a beast back in the day. Beating Randy Couture twice, like knocking him out Randy Couture twice, underrated. Beating Tito twice, like, dude, Chuck has an underrated resume. I know, dude, it's really old and like, I mean, if Chuck Liddell were to fight like Alex Pereira, yeah, you get nuked, but but I'm not gonna be like that, dude. I'll give Chuck his credit, man. He was a good fighter. And he's a beast, dude. Likeable guy. Like I'm gonna put him on the list just to talk about him a little bit. Number 6, Glover. Obviously, like Glover in his like early career, all right, he was like on like a 20 fight win streak before fighting Jones, then lost, but ended up beating Blachowicz and getting the belt when he was like fucking 40. You know, his fight with Yuri, he was literally winning till he got rear naked choked at the end. So I'm gonna give Glover a little bit of credit for that, even when he's 40, that he like put up a really good performance against Yuri, put up a really good performance against Blachowicz, started the Anthony Smith, literally the Glover Teixeira Anthony Smith fight. Well, I mean, maybe the John Jones Anthony Smith fight, but the Glover Teixeira Anthony Smith fight was the original Anthony Smith curling up in a ball on the ground meme. So we salute Glover for that. um, yeah, then we got Ankalaev at 6. I mean, Ankalaev's only on here because, well, he did beat Jan, who I have on the list, right? I got Blachowicz on the list, but he only, like, the only reason Ankalaev is this high is because he just got a split decision win over Pereira. Like, that's literally it. Like, yeah, okay, like, winning against Pereira is, like, one of the best wins you could have, so, like, I'm putting Ankalaev on the list because of it. But also, he has other wins, too. Like, he beat Rakic, right? Beat Blachowicz in that fight. Even though they called it a draw, he beat him in that fight. So Ankalaev has 2 really solid wins. If I only put him on here because he beat Pereira, like I should have Reyes up here too, but I don't fucking have Reyes on here. And he doesn't really have any losses either, Ankalaev, besides the like he literally doesn't have any losses besides the Pereira one last month. So or no, not even last month, like 3 weeks ago. So yeah, we have Ank on here. 8, I got Rumble Johnson. Dude, Rumble Johnson's got some really good wins. The only person he really lost, like the only person Rumble Johnson lost to was DC. So I'm gonna put Rumble on the list. He's one of the best fighters to ever, be in the division, right? Like he's getting multiple title shots because no one else can beat him besides DC. So like while John Jones is in jail or whatever. So I'm gonna put Rumble on the list. At 9, I'm gonna put Jan Blachowicz on the list. Became champion, beating Reyes after Reyes beat Jones, but he also has a win over Adesanya. So I know Adesanya's a middleweight, but Adesanya at the time still a really good win. So I'll give Jan Blachowicz credit for that. And then 10, I got Gustafsson. Honestly, like Gustafsson probably shouldn't even be fucking at 10 here, but he just is. Cause like that's like like exactly Gustafsson is like one of the best wins on Jones and DC's resumes, but like is he even really that good? I don't really fucking think so. But I'll put him here, just to keep it like a little bit not too crazy with the hot takes. And then finally, fucking last division to go through. Jesus Christ, dude. Heavyweight. Dude, Stipe's the heavyweight goat. We know this. He is. He's beaten everybody. I mean, controversial. I put DC2 over Fedor. So obviously, if I'm gonna have DC2 over Fedor, Stipe is gonna be undisputed number 1, and you're not gonna be able to fucking do anything about it. But like, let's go through the wins. Beating, like knocking out Fabricio Verdum, ground and pound TKOing Alistair Overeem. There was no tap. I watched that fight. Overeem could say he felt the tap. Nobody tapped in that fight, dude. Knocking out Junior Dos Santos, Stipe, beating Francis Ngannou over a 5-round decision, losing to DC, but then getting both his wins back against DC, finishing him in the second one, and then having a war with him in the Apex during COVID. Oh my god, for the third fight. And then obviously Stipe, the Ngannou fight, but at that point he's like 40, so yeah, he's actually 40 at that point. So like the losses that Stipe has, like the Ngannou fight and the John Jones fight where he barely trained and then got hit with one body shot and crumbled, like we're not even going to really count those towards his greatness. So we're going to put him as the undisputed GOAT of heavyweight. I don't think that's really controversial. But what is controversial is I'm putting DC at number 2 over Fedor. You know, Dude, listen, DC knocked out Stipe, right? Knocked him out. Knocked out number one undisputed on the list. That's the best win. Best fucking heavyweight win of all time is DC knocking out Stipe. It is. All right. And he's got a win over Derek Lewis. And he was Strikeforce tournament winner back in the day. DC's a really good heavyweight. That's all I'm gonna say. And he went to war with Stipe in like the second fight, and he literally was winning the whole fight until he got finished in the second fight with Stipe. So like he put on really good performances too. I know he didn't have that many fights, but DC put on really good performances even in losses. So and his only losses are to Stipe. So I'm gonna put him number two over Fedor. I'm hating on the old heads, Fedor 3, but we can talk about Fedor because I do like Fedor. He's one of my favorite fighters. I might go watch his I might go watch his fights on my fucking bed after this. But yeah, dude, he went on like a crazy win streak back in Pride. I was looking through his wins. I was like, okay, what about his resume is good? But he did beat Nogueira and a Crow Cop. He beat Nogueira 3 times. Well, no, the one was a no contest, but beat Nogueira twice and beat Crow Cop. Like Crow Cop versus like people forget, man. Crow Cop versus Fedor back in the day was like the biggest MMA fight of all time. Like it was. So I'm gonna give Fedor his credit here. I'm gonna put him at 3. I mean, I don't know. That might be discrediting him to most people. It is, but I mean, dude, you're getting armbarred by. But like when he went into Strikeforce and he fought Verdum, like he got armbarred in round one, right? Like it's a fucking round one armbar. Like that has nothing to do with age showing, right? So that's all. That's my thing with Fedor is like, okay, he went on the crazy win streak, but the way he lost the win streak was so like bad. It was so bad that I'm moving him below DC on this fucking list. Then 4 got Verdum. Verdum armbarring Fedor, becoming UFC champion, beating Kane, beating JDS, who are also on the list. So I think for Verdum I'll put it 4. Number 5 I'll put Francis. I mean he did completely terminate Stipe in their fight, so I'm not gonna say Francis isn't good, but obviously the Stipe win he has isn't as good as DC's Stipe win, so Francis can only get like so much credit for when he knocked out Stipe. When he beat Cyril Gane, he can only get so much credit for that because he kind of should have lost if Cyril Gane didn't jump a heel hook like a retard. Knocked out Curtis Blades though, so like did he beat Blades twice? I think Francis beat Curtis Blades twice, so that's honestly like his best like wins like contender wise. So I'll put Francis 5 for that. I'll give him his credit. Cardio Kane 6, Kane Velasquez. You know, people forget, man, dude. This is another Rogan one, dude. Rogan always talking about Prime Kane, the cardio man. But then he fights at altitude and fucking gasses out. Oh my god. But nah, Cain Velasquez is one of the best heavyweights of all time. Not gonna talk about his legal issues. Should we free him? I mean, he kind of did break the law, but to be fair, it is illegal to chase people down in a car and shoot at them. But as a man, I don't. He had good reasons for it. So that's all we're gonna say about Kane's legal situation. Jesus Christ. I mean, dude, should have made it worth it, man. Should have caught him, but nah. Jeez. But no, Kane was actually a beast back in the day. Fucking beat the shit out of Brock Lesnar for the belt, losing to JDS, beating Antonio Bigfoot Silva, but then getting the belt back against JDS, beating Bigfoot Silva again, beating JDS. Like this is what Rogan talks about, right? Like those JDS fights with Kane. Like that's what gets Rogan hard at night, dude. You know, Joe Rogan fucking goes to sleep thinking about that shit. But yeah, so we got Kane at 6 here, but lost to Verdum, so I'll put Verdum ahead of him, and Verdum's done a lot more. But then 7, I'm putting Tom at 7. I mean, like if Tom beats Cyril Gane, he probably moves up the list like 2, 3 spots. So, but it's just Tom hasn't like he's I mean he has beaten like most guys in the top 5, top 10 already on his run, but he just needs to beat Cyril Gane, I think. And then he like if he beats Cyril Gane, he's literally cleared out the division, right? Because Volkov just beat Almeida, so like if Tom beats Cyril Gahn, he's fucking cleared out everything. And then he'd have to fight like Alex Pereira or some shit. So I'm gonna have Tom 7. If he beats Cyril Gahn, I'll move him up. Because I have Volkov on the list too. I think that's his best win. Like Volkov beat Cyril Gahn, so beat Almeida recently. Volkov's a really underrated fighter in the history of the division. So, and Tom has him on his resume, and it's like Tom fucking beat him easily. It wasn't even close. So, like that's the thing with Tom. It's like he's fucking sparking dudes. So we're gonna have him 7. I'm gonna put JDS at 8 because JDS did beat Kane and did beat Verdum, but you know Kane did win the trilogy, so I can't have him higher than him. But I'll give him his respect. Big Nog at 9. This is kind of a troll, dude. I don't fucking. Big Nog's probably trash, dude. If I threw Big Nog in there today, he'd probably lose. Honestly, some of these fat retards, probably not, dude. Probably not. Like, you think he would pull guard and like submit them? Maybe. But no, he didn't really have any losses. He kind of beat everybody except Fedor. So I'll have Big Nog at number 9, and then I put Volkov 10. Maybe to glaze Tom. Who knows? But but no, Volkov has beaten everyone except Tom, right? So gotta have him 10. And then honorable mentions: Brock, Overeem, Curtis Blades, and Crow Cop. Because people forget, man. Yo, right kick, right kick cemetery. Left kick hospital, right kick cemetery, man. Nah, but yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. I mean, you guys could probably tell me getting more progressively tired as the video goes on. I'm so tired right now. It's fucking 2 a.m. I don't know why the fuck I made this video at 2 a.m. But yeah, like and subscribe, comment. R.I.P. Lucas for now. Big ups, picks probably Thursday for this shitty Apex card. And then yeah. Oh, dude, after this week, JDM Islam at Madison Square Garden. Fucking just want to fast forward and get there, but can't.